say you come onto my property, not as an officer, but as an individual.
Yeah.
And there's nothing posted, and you're not doing anything illegal. I tell you to get off my property.
Yeah.
You have to leave. Or it'll be defined trespass if you don't leave after I tell you a few times.
Yeah, because you've been already told.
Correct.
To,
so
yes.
just like on
just walking on
public property, and if they feel that there's a reason to trespass somebody, even though they didn't break the law, they can still do that legally. Isn't that crazy?
It is. It is.
Know your rights. Know the law.
You won't believe what went down in Upper Merion, Pennsylvania. A simple conversation turns into a deep dive into noise laws, public protest, and whether your rights truly exist in public spaces. These officers weren't aggressive, but what they said will make you question everything you know about the law. Welcome to another explosive breakdown from Southeastern PA Community Watch, a channel pushing boundaries and informing citizens across the country. Hit subscribe to their channel, link in the description, and tell them we sent you, because trust me, you're going to have an opinion about this one.
Hey, boss.
They
don't need a permit or anything to be using bullhorns, or so I can go use a bullhorn anywhere I want at any time?
Pretty much. Pretty much.
Pretty much. So that kind of restricts when you say pretty much, not absolutely anywhere.
Well, not absolutely anywhere. I mean, where you
Where
say anywhere, would you say you go inside a bank and use a bullhorn?
That's private property.
Well, that's
private property. So anywhere in public, in Upper Merion, I can scream as loud as I want into a bullhorn.
Well,
just wondering. On what?
I don't know, man. You tell me.
I don't know.
I have to. I'm not.
So there's really no policy or statute right now in Upper Merion that says you can't use a bullhorn to just kind of voice.
Well, you got to understand that this is a commercial area. If you go to a residential area, you're going to probably get into some little bit.
Okay, well that helps a little bit.
Yeah, so if you're in a residential area, and the noise ordinance.
Okay, so there isn't a noise ordinance in Upper Merion. Well, how many decibels is it? Do you know?
I don't know that. I don't know. I wouldn't even tell you because I don't know. We don't have decimal readers.
That was my next question.
Yeah, we don't have something like that.
Can you yell through a bullhorn in public without a permit? Legally, the First Amendment protects free speech in public forums, but noise control is governed by local ordinances. Here, the officer admits there's no objective decibel threshold in Upper Merion, making enforcement purely subjective.
So it's all subjective to whoever the complaint is?
It is subjective.
Wow.
To that point. But that's where we have to weigh up. I mean, like, so you're talking about like fireworks, all right? Or if your radio is up.
Right.
You know, if your radio's up and it's loud, okay, it's loud. It's not a band.
Right, so fireworks are actually, can cause you to show up?
Yeah.
Even though they're legal?
Well, it's because with the fireworks ordinance, yes, they're legal in Pennsylvania, but in Upper Merion, they're legal in Upper Merion, except you can't disturb your neighbor with them.
Wow.
So if that...
Another subjective law.
Well, the fireworks, so you can't hear it across property lines.
But what if 10 of my neighbors love it, and one neighbor doesn't?
Yeah, well, that's the thing.
So there's a subjectiveness.
It is subjective, obviously, right. But the issue is, technically, if your noise goes across property lines, that's kind of how it works out.
Okay.
So
good to know.
In essence, are fireworks even legal in Upper Merion?
Yes,
subjectively. Again.
Correct. So before they became legal, I was blasting them off on my driveway in the streets.
Right.
Everybody loved it. Then the cops came by and they were like, "Dude, what are you doing?"
Yeah. Well.
Then the big mortars became legal and the louder ones became legal, and so I started doing them again. And then when one neighbor is like, "Oh my God, it's like 8 at night, and you know, what are you doing?"
Yeah. Well.
So I was polite and just shut it down.
Yeah.
And took them to another friend's house out in the country and finished them there. And you know, I'm not a dick about things, you know.
Well, you know, and again, and that's the whole. I guess that's the whole thing. I mean, if you're gonna light them off and you're gonna have fun, yes. Are you gonna disturb? Are you gonna be able to disturb your neighbor?
Which I don't want to do.
Right next to you.
Right.
Yes, absolutely, because it's a firework. You're gonna.
You got that right.
It's loud enough to disturb your neighbor, and that's how the ordinance is. So again, it's not. Is it legal? Yes. Is it legal? it's not, because if you're disturbing your neighbor, you got to stop. Right? So that's just the ordinance.
So they make something legal illegal by throwing a statue on it.
Absolutely.
Just like them trying to trespass me from the high school or from any school property for the rest of my life because I held a sign saying masking children's child abuse off of school property.
Fireworks are legal in Pennsylvania, but in Upper Merion, the moment sound crosses property lines, it becomes a violation. This enforcement is grounded in nuisance laws, where your freedom ends when it disturbs others' peaceful enjoyment.
I heard the
Superintendent got so butthurt about it.
I heard the whole thing about it. As to the outcome of it,
well, so I went to the chief and told him that I have to be committed a crime to be trespassed, and it turns out that that's not true.
For trespassing?
It's interesting. So say you come onto my property, not as an officer, but as an individual, and there's nothing posted, and you're not doing anything illegal. I tell you to get off my property.
Yeah.
You have to leave, or it'll be defined trespass if you don't leave after I tell you a few times.
Yeah, because you've been already told.
Correct. So just like on public property, someone is the custodian of it, and if they feel that there's a reason to trespass somebody, even though they didn't break the law, they can still do that legally. Isn't that crazy?
It is. And again, it's it's subjective.
Everything
because
is.
Because if I don't care if you stand with a sign and there's kids with masks on, and you're like, you know,
most of the kids are like, you're right. Thank you for speaking up for us.
Right. So those kids are happy about it because they want to take their masks off. Maybe the parents are happy about it.
Some
you're not making them mad.
And I said, then stand next to me.
You're right. So
they're your kids. I don't have no skin in the game. My kids are out of school.
Yeah, right.
I'm just here to help the next generation realize the truth.
By the way, I met your youngest son,
Alex.
Oh, what a great kid that kid is.
And it's so funny that, you know, I know the fact that the drugs are brought in on purpose for the reasons, the fentanyls, the heroins, you know, come on. And people fail to realize how many innocent lives are affected and die and families crushed forever because of it. And as a young child, as even maybe not you, but as I grew up, I you know, tried certain things. Luckily it wasn't crazy, you know.
Yeah, right.
But so like teenagers today, they want to escape from reality a little bit, and now there's fentanyl out there, and now there's all kinds of crack cocaine.
Not to mention,
if
you were to go buy pot off the street corner, you know, or off a friend or something like that when you and I were younger,
the Mexican dirt weed and stuff.
You didn't have to worry about it.
You get a little buzz.
Somebody wasn't putting PCP in it or some wet. You know, you weren't getting crazy. You were smoking weed. You were getting high, but you're not getting wet like you're getting stuff like that formaldehyde.
You bend your mind so hard with this stuff.
Yeah.
So interesting that if I buy a bag of weed from you, I get arrested. But if I buy a bag of weed from the store down the street here, I'm good.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. So, hey.
Things have changed.
Federal government, my friend.
The man was banned from school property for holding a protest sign, not for breaking any law. The officer confirms, you can be trespassed from public property without committing a crime. This is legally rooted in custodial authority over public spaces, but it opens the door for abuse.
So that's state though.
Well, it is, but actually, I should have said. I mean, state. The federal government has it. It's still
left as a class 5 or 3, whatever.
And it's still not. It's still not legal. But when they legalize it, then they're gonna find out. Then they're gonna start studying. That they won't study it until it becomes legal.
So interesting. So if you can you pull someone over, and if you smell marijuana, charge them with DUI or driving while intoxicated of some kind?
Not just because of the smell of it.
That's not probable cause.
Yeah. So now it used to have PC to pull somebody over because the odor of marijuana.
You can't anymore now.
Which is wrong because you're not supposed to be smoking. It's just like
it's a controlled substance while you're driving.
If you're drinking a beer, it's the same thing, right? So that's the way I look at it. Well, the courts have said that's not probable cause anymore. So now we have to build probable cause. So any traffic violation, any type of vehicle code violation or anything, that gets me to pull you over, and then I'm able to. I smell it. Well, I'm still not at
PC yet.
Smoking in the car. I'm still not at PC for DUI. Not a PC for a DUI. So, you know, I still have to say, listen, because it is legal now, but here's the problem. It's not, like, .08 is alcohol.
For alcohol, right.
What's marijuana?
That's a question.
We have.
You don't have a meter.
Right, and you have nothing. I mean,
right.
you have to test the blood. So I'd have to say, all right, well,
that has
you
to be
were
voluntary.
swerving, you were doing that, or I would just get something voluntary.
But could you force them to give blood?
Only if I have other. Other probable cause. So, like, you're slurring your speech. You're driving all over the road. Just like for
like
alcohol. Just say
right.
for alcohol, right? So, but then there are officers that are trained in that
really?
that can, by doing certain things for your eyes and all that kind of stuff, testing and that, they're able to determine whether you are under the influence of marijuana, yeah, that kind of stuff. So.
Well, it's Mother Nature. I'm not crying about marijuana with all the other shit that's out there.
Right.
And the way the criminals are let loose and innocents are being arrested, and my God, it's just insane. So, whatever.
I know.
Whatever. I'm just trying to show the world how it's changed through my channel.
Yeah.
Sometimes roughly, sometimes kindly, sometimes comedically.
I like the kindly.
I hear you. I have changed in the last 6 months. If you've seen my videos in the last 6 months,
right.
Except when I'm down in D.C. I have a problem with the Capitol Police, who are holding innocent people in a cage for 1.5 years for fucking trespassing.
Yeah,
I have a big problem. Republican, Democrat, doesn't matter.
Right,
I'm not talking politics.
No, I know. So, again, as a police officer, I got to see it to believe it. But if there's smoke, there's fire, that kind of thing. So
okay.
I'm not going to say, yeah, that's what's happening, because I don't even know if that's happening. And you've been down.
Even murderers get a fucking chance to bail out. Okay, come on, man, stop. It's all political, and there's the problem I have.
Yeah.
So do you have them in you have body cam on, and then you have
we have
video cams too?
Yeah,
okay,
our
cool.
in-car camera, and then we have our body camera.
And you're not supposed to have that on every time you come in contact with the citizen?
We have our policy state that if there's going to be some sort of, like, if I'm talking to you and you start elevating something like that,
like
or you're gonna do something, yes, I have to push the button. Like, that's what I have to do. So it's obviously to capture what's going on, but it's also, most importantly, it covers us.
Yeah.
And we've had numerous complaints, and in this department, we have never found any complaint that we had body camera footage on. People they were like, come on in, we'll show you the body camera.
So that's the same reason why I have this. Sure. Because a lot of times we can't get that.
Right. Yeah. It's not available to you.
Okay. Well, it is through public records request.
But it's very rare.
It shouldn't be.
Well,
unless it's actually being used in a open case, that there's still investigation, that there's still an issue that we can't show the public yet because it might pollute their thought about it.
Yeah.
But anything after that, it should be, but it never is.
So we have offered people to come look at it. I can't give you a copy.
So I can't request a video of a week ago from an incident that I was not involved in.
Probably not.
I know I can.
I'm just to say,
but I may not get it.
You're probably not going to get it.
See, that's fucked up.
Well, listen, I don't know.
Where's the accountability and transparency then at that point?
It's true, but I guess if you, I don't know, maybe is there the privacy aspect of it?
Doesn't matter. It's out in public.
I know. Listen, I'm just trying to.
Oh, no, I understand you do. I understand that, and I appreciate that, man. I really do. But logic should rule in everything that we do.
Sure, and
and it does, and then there's a reason for that.
And listen, we're in the spotlight.
You guys are, and that was my next and last point.
To a higher standard, and that's what we are.
Absolutely.
And if that standard isn't met, then so be it.
But so many things have changed, because the Supreme Court has ruled, maybe in the last 5 to 10 years, that officers no longer have the authority or need to or have to protect and serve citizens anymore. Okay, how crazy is that? So what are you out there for? To extort and cage? If you're not there to protect and serve, which the Supreme Court says you're not, then what are you there for? Not you in general, but police.
No, I know. Hey, listen, when I heard this, you're welcome. When I heard that, I was like,
what is that?
What am I else doing? I mean, that's what I'm doing. Everything I do is protected, sir, pretty much.
This video proves one thing. The law doesn't protect you automatically. It only protects you when you understand it. Your rights don't disappear because a badge feels uncomfortable. They don't shrink because someone complains. And they don't require permission to exist. The First Amendment, trespass law, probable cause, these aren't just legal terms. They are tools. And tools only work when you know how to use them. So if you've ever been unlawfully asked for ID, questioned for no reason, or told to leave a place you had every right to be, drop your story in the comments. Hit like if this opened your eyes. Subscribe so you're never caught off guard again. This is ID Refusal live channel, where knowledge of the law is your strongest defense, and peaceful resistance is how freedom survives.